Hey, good morning. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little something different today. Something I haven't done for you in about a month or more, and that is a weigh-in video. I have not been giving you videos because my weight goes up and down because of this lymphedema, and it messes with my head. Now, I have been weighing every Thursday, as usual, and putting it in my tracker. I've just not been coming on here and doing a video about it because frankly the up and down was just, it was too much. It was getting on my nerves and I was just done with it. Fast forward to this week when I changed over to Simply Feeling. I feel like I earned this loss, and I feel like I finally have something good and positive to report. Not that I was hiding any gains, because this whole past month I gained half probably and lost half. The weeks, I'm saying, it was not all gains. Some weeks I gained, some weeks I lost. I was just tired of the push-pull of it. So with this week, knowing how back on track I got myself and knowing the work that I put in, it made me want to actually share this with you and give you hope that if you're struggling like I have been struggling for ages, that you can still get it back together. Maybe you just need to change what you're doing. You think I didn't change? I changed 100% from what I was doing to Simply Feeling. That took me back to where I cut my Weight Watcher teeth. That's what I knew. I was comfortable. That's where I lost all my weight. That's what I went back to. Without further ado, I lost 10.2 pounds. Yes, you heard correct. Okay, now there are a couple things. We know that I'm bigger than most people, so I'm gonna lose more, easier. I'm gonna say it's not easy. It's easier to lose more. And we know when you change to a new diet plan, you initially lose some water weight. I know for a fact I lost a whole bunch of water, at least to begin with, because the first 2 days I peed 24 hours a day. I ain't kidding. From Thursday to Saturday, I stayed in the bathroom. My left leg, the one that stays really big and huge and terrible looking, looks so good. The lymphedema's still there, you can tell, but the really bigness of it is gone, and I contribute that to what I have been eating. Okay, well, let me tell you, that brings my total loss 34.6, which I'm almost back to the 38 where I had topped out. I had topped out at 38, and I've not been able to get back. I think maybe one time since starting my channel, and I've not been back. So I'm gonna keep this momentum going. That is the thing that I think has probably changed the most. My eating has changed drastically. We'll talk about that. But my mind has changed even more drastically. I think getting back to this program, getting back to what I knew, what I was comfortable with, what was familiar, it helped. But I think I don't know how to explain where my mind went from I don't care to, man, I'm gonna do this. It didn't happen when I saw the scales today. It somewhere happened from last Thursday during the week. It just like hit me. Girl, you gonna do this? Are you really gonna do this? So every time I go in there to eat, I eat with a purpose, with a goal in mind, instead of just grabbing stuff to eat. And even when I have been hungry and grabbed it, I made myself grab what I'm supposed to grab. I already knocked out Sebastian's snacks. Those are out of my way. You know, I bought all his food up, and then he couldn't come because of this stupid virus back in March, way back in March. And so I finished off his snack chip bags. Me and David finished them off. I finished off my Lance crackers. I finished them off. I don't know, other things I had, finished off and worked on. So then when I started this on Thursday, I mean, I started it. I went with what I had until I could get to the grocery store and get stuff I needed, and I made it work. Now this is what is windy out here. It's a little chilly out here, but I had come out and already committed, so that's why I'm out here. Let me put that right down. I want to share something with you right quick for that too. This is what I noticed this morning. Now, I'm keeping stuff in this little book. It's hard to track Simply Feeling in the app because of all the 0-point foods, and it just makes it too confusing to try to do the workaround but still take your points. Because let's say the bread I eat, 0 points, I can't track it because it'll put points against me, and if I don't track it, then I can't see everything that I've eaten. And that's another thing that I've changed, is writing down everything that I put in my mouth. This is what I noticed when I went to put my breakfast this morning. Did not notice up until that point. That's my first 2 days. See the page full? Second 2 days, page full. Third 2 days, I got a little bit of room. Then yesterday, I only used third of the page. Didn't realize till I put breakfast down I didn't even have a snack. I just ate regular, and that shows me when I started, and I purposely knew I was eating more times a day than normal. And I told David, every time I turned around, I'm like, I'm hungry. I'd go in there and find me something to eat, but I would find me something on plan. 0-point foods, but on plan. Even if I ate once an hour, I just made sure it was a 0-point food for the most part. I would pepper some in there and there, but you only get weekly, so I kind of like to save them for my fun meal on the weekend. My nose is itching out here, and there's somebody's coming to see me, but I'm gonna tell you what, they better not up in this pandemic, they better not come see me. So I told him, if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. I'm just going to watch what I eat, and I'm not going to go back to the old me, because the way I thought was I was in a transition phase. I was transitioning from eating all the food to eating the food that's better for me in a lesser quantity. So I didn't care what I ate, as long as I knew it was allowable. The thing of that was, I allowed myself time to acclimate to the new program, and it worked itself out to where we come down naturally to a more natural way of eating. Now, I still have to eat. I was busy yesterday, so I didn't get it every 2 or 3 hours, and apparently I didn't notice because I was busy. I'm not going to be busy like that every day, but I'm still going to eat every 2 to 3 hours, just because I'll get shaky if I don't. If I notice it. But it's what I'm eating. So, Simply Feeling and Purple Purple came from it. That's where Purple came from. But it hit me this morning when I was in there brushing my teeth, the differences between the two. And that's when it dawned on me, they're basically the same program. The difference is, well, first there's a core set of 0-point foods on both programs that are the same, like your potatoes and your whole wheat pastas and oatmeal. Then Simply Feeling has these things that are 0 points that Purple does not. You can have these and don't have to count points. Purple, you can still have them, but it gives you points to offset them. So if you on Purple want to eat the exact same foods that Simply Feeling can eat for 0, you have points to cover them. So to me, it washes out. So to me, it's still the same program. It's still the same program. To me, it is. But that is the thing I wanted to tell you. I never have anything positive as far as weight loss goes. Never. Because I'm never consistently losing. I never have tips or tricks or hints or how to stay on track or anything like that, because I never am. Since I first started, it's windy out here, can you tell? Since I first started my channel, then when I got off track, I've never been fully back on track, and that's been a long time ago. So the fact that I had something positive to tell you, I couldn't wait to get on here and tell you that you don't have to do the same program I'm doing, obviously, unless you've been there and done it. You Google the materials. But if you want to change, you can change. If you want to mix up what you're doing, mix it up, because that's what I did. No matter what plan to what plan, it was a change, and that change worked for me. So if you're like struggling like I was, if you want to change it up, the way I see it is, if you're struggling already, you ain't gonna struggle hardly no much more if you change it up, and then if you do, you just change it back. So I just want to offer you some glimmer of hope that you can get back on track during this crazy time, because I'm gonna tell you what, everybody says that, well, if I can do it, you can do it. And this is just 1 week, but I feel so, what is the word I'm looking for? After just 1 week, I feel so revived. I guess you would say I feel so revived after knowing that I was making good choices, mindfully, purposely making good choices and sticking by them. Now, I have eaten oatmeal. I've eaten 2 bananas a day. If I get hungry, if I just ate lunch and I'm still hungry, I'll go over and eat a banana. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and eat 2 bananas a day, but I'm telling you different things can work. If what you're doing right now seems to have you stuck, then change it up. You're not going to do any worse than what you're doing now. The way I look at it, I couldn't have done no worse than what I was doing. If you did any worse, I didn't want to see it. So I'm excited to be able to give you good news and to give you hope that if me, struggle queen, what I feel like, always can rein it back in, I just want to give you hope that you can too. I don't know where my mindset come from. I don't know where I found it, but I found it, and I don't want to turn it loose. I don't want to fall back off the wagon again. Not gonna say I'm not going to tomorrow, because every day is a new day. Every day is a new day to make it or break it. Sometimes you can control it, and sometimes you just can't. That's the truth of it. Sometimes things just happen. But as long as I can hold on to it, I'm going to try to. Now, this is another thing I just wanted to share with you real quick. On the app, when I went to put my weight in this morning, an article popped up. And when I tell you that I never read those articles, I'm going to tell you with a capital never. I don't read them. I just don't. It's not my thing. I just don't. I'll read, if I want to know something, I'll just like Google it and find the answer somewhere. But just to scroll through the app and find articles to read, which I might from now on, because they're there at my disposal. They're there for me to use, and I do not take advantage of it. And after seeing this article, with just, now it's like maybe 7 different things. I printed it so I could show you. Like maybe 7 different tips. I'm not going to go through the whole article. It was just 2 things that stuck out to me that probably a lot of you already know, but it seemed like a good idea to me, especially somebody who has troubles like portion control. Now this week, I've done good, I'll tell you. Other than eating as often as I wanted, I still kept my portions in check. And then they gradually eating, every so often it subsided, y'all saw. This is what, well, the name of the article, if you're on the app and you see it, it's called keep portions in check when working from home. Working from home didn't get me because I stay at home all the time anyway. This ain't nothing new to me. I just can't get out and ride the roads. But the keep portions in check, so I started glancing down through there. This is the tip it gives that I think is very smart. It says, well, this is what it says: with time, you'll train your brain to serve up the right amount automatically. This is what it says to do to figure out your portions, what you're eating. Like, let's say if I'm having spaghetti, I'll just go ahead and serve up whatever I'm going to eat, whatever I normally eat, serve it up. Then measure it or weigh it and see how close you are to what a portion should be. Are you close? Are you over? Are you under? Instead of measuring it first to begin with, to see how good you're doing on your own, measure it afterwards. That'll give you a good clue if you're even close. I just thought that was clever. I just thought it was clever. This is the other thing that I thought was very useful. If you're out and about and you don't have measuring spoons or cups, scales, it gives this diagram. So let me see if I can show you. The fist, I can't lay this down because the wind's going to get it. I don't know where to put it. Your fist, which is just this part, is 1 cup. Your fingertip here, 1 teaspoon. The palm, which is just this part, not your fingers, just this part, is 3 ounces of meat. Your cupped hand, which is just the part of your hand, 1 to 2 ounces of meat. Your thumb, which it shows your whole thumb, the picture shows your whole thumb, is 1 ounce of meat or cheese. And then finally your thumb tip, here to here, is 1 tablespoon. And I just thought that was a handy little chart to have, and I just wanted to share that with you. If you have the app, you can find the article. I don't know if you can search articles or not, to tell you the truth. I don't know. I don't know if I could actually copy that and send it to you or not. If it's a copyright situation, or maybe you can just do a Google. If you don't have the app to find the article, maybe you could just do a Google search on measurement. Let me see if it's called something particular maybe you could look for. Because you know Google, depends on what you type in is what you're going to find. This just says no, it just says if you're curious about how your hand size measures up, test out your estimations at home. Oh, tells you can, that is pretty clever. If you eyeball it, what you think is a teaspoon, then measure it up and see. But just do like a Google search for portions for your hand size or something like that if you don't have the app. So that's all I wanted to share with you this morning was my loss. And I'm taking credit, my hard work. I'm absolutely, I don't know what I'll do this week, but I still have that mindset going into the week, which this starts my week, and I still have the intention of doing it right. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm excited about it. I really am. I'm excited about it. Now, coming up, I just made breakfast s'mores oatmeal. I took it from Hungry Girl. I did it a little different than how she did it because it just didn't sound like it was going to work right. It turned out good the way I made it, so I filmed that for you earlier. And I think that's all I know today. I might be back for supper. I don't know. We'll see. Bye. All right, this morning we're going to make some s'mores oatmeal. This is from one of the Hungry Girl cookbooks. And I'm not doing it quite like her because I'm not really sure. She makes the same amount of oatmeal but double the liquid and That's not how David showed me to make it, so that's not how I make it. I'm going to make it just the way we make it and keep my fingers crossed that it works. Seems like her way would be too thin. I'm not sure. I hope it doesn't backfire in my face. So I'm just going to add 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk. And to that, it is a Swiss Miss. It's the reduced calorie. This is the 1 point kind. And I'm hoping it works because I don't want to waste a pack of hot chocolate mix. So stir that. It sounded really good. Now, when we get over here, when I get this going, I probably should have whisked that. Okay, I cut away because I had to get my whisk out. It was not stirring, and y'all didn't need to come along for 2 days. Just a dash of salt and 1/2 cup of old-fashioned oatmeal. Not the quick, the old-fashioned. Now, this is how we cook it. Look at that. We just put the whole thing in the pot, bring it up to the boil, and then take it off the burner. So that's what I'm going to do. So while that is coming up to the boil, let's slide over here and get our toppings together. Okay, I'm going to turn you. Now, let me pull this. I got my little whiteboard because y'all know I like my whiteboard. This is high point on blue and green. Unless you want to spend the points, that's up to you, because sometimes I'll have a high point breakfast and cut it somewhere else. So that would just depend on how you want to work your day. Blue and green, if we make it this way with the 0 point toppings, it's going to be 7 points. Take away the oatmeal, purple, and simply filling will be 3 points. Now we're going to weigh and see if 0 points worth of topping is going to be enough. That's why I put myself little notes, because if it's not, we're going to add more to it. So the first thing we want to get a weight on is, let's do our chocolate chips first. So this is, now these toppings, she mixes some of the, she uses more chocolate chips. Obviously we're saving points. She was going off, I think she goes off calories. And we're going off points. So I'm not mixing any in the oatmeal. I'm just going to sprinkle them on top. Now these are the Lily's dark chocolate kind with stevia. So 2 grams is 0 points. That's not going to be many. There we go. So that's how many. I'm going to live with it. Okay, I'm good with 0 points worth of chocolate. Well, I'm not good with it, but I'm I'm going to make do. Now, the marshmallows, you can see back there, 3 grams of marshmallows is 0. You can count it by the piece. So it's either 3 grams or 4 pieces. And I am curious, because I have not done this, I'm curious to see if 3 grams and 4 pieces line up weight-wise. Oh no, we got 6. Now see, there is making the case for weighing food when possible. Because if I had gone by the piece, I would only got 4 marshmallows. And this way, we're getting 6. Plus, we're going to cut them in half to make them seem like more. That's another trick. Just manipulate your food. Oh, I hadn't even opened these. And then 2, either 1, hold on. This is 4 graham crackers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, my oatmeal is boiling. Look over here. It looks really good, doesn't it? I've never made oatmeal with milk either. So, all right. Let's cover that up. And if it don't work with the milk, I'm going to cry like a baby. Okay, come back over here. What I was telling you was it gets confusing sometimes with graham crackers when they say a sheet or a square or this or that. This is 4 crackers. So each one of these little rectangles is a cracker. These particular ones are the Honey Made low fat. Whether you use 1 or 2, it's 1 point. So I'm going to use 2. If I can get that same point. Now, I will just put you on hold and come back when the oatmeal's ready and we'll top it and we'll see how good this is. Okay, I wanted to just come back real quick and show you it was not cooking like it does when I make it with water. I don't know if that is something to do with the hot chocolate mix being in it or if it's being almond milk, but normally as soon as it starts boiling and I put the lid on it, it starts thickening up, and this didn't do it either. So I've put it back on the burner and I'm boiling it. Now, this is why I didn't do her way, because she had a half a cup of oatmeal like we did, but 2 cups of liquid, a cup of almond milk and a cup of water. So if this is only 1 cup of liquid, can you imagine how thin 2 cups of liquid would be? So I'm going to turn that off and put the lid back on it and try this again. Okay, so I got the oatmeal cooked. It worked best. I let it boil on there 4 or 5 minutes. Let it sit back. As it set, I kept stirring it. And, hold on. It turned into oatmeal. Now hers says when she doubles that, I meant to tell you, when she doubles the liquid, cook 10 to 12 minutes until it's very creamy. But I honestly don't know. You can try it that way. I just don't know how that would work with oatmeal. I just don't. Obviously my way didn't work perfectly, but I'm telling you, when I make it with water, it does. So, you know what this looks like to me? Tell me that don't look like a bowl of Cocoa Krispies. or Pebbles, I mean, Cocoa Pebbles. That's what it looks like to me. Now, the next thing we're going to do is put our toppings. First thing I'm going to do is crumble my 2 cookies. Oh, this is already smelling delicious from that hot chocolate mix. Then our, what did we say, 3 grams? 2 grams of chocolate chips. Now what I'm going to do, I told you I was going to cut my marshmallows in half. I have a little bit of the powdered monk fruit. It's not sticking to my knife, but I'm hoping if my marshmallows get sticky, that will help make them not stick to the knife. See how much better that is? Get you a little more eye candy, basically, is what it does. Because you know you're eating the same amount, but your eyes think you're eating more. Good way to trick them. And then your belly's going to think the same thing. Look, they didn't stick at all. That worked out good. Okay, that's it. That is our s'mores oatmeal. Now I'm going to let this sit here and cool long enough to come back and taste it so I can give you my verdict. Because I don't want to just leave it here. I'm just very curious and I want to let you know. So I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. This is really, really good. I want to show you. Can you see that melted, the heat from the oatmeal melted the chocolate chips and the marshmallow? So they really didn't need to waste any points putting any chocolate inside the oatmeal because it gets kind of nice and gooey, smooth. See that? Looks like a hot chocolate chip cookie. Now I added some milk because I grew up, I always put milk in my oatmeal. So I put it in there. You don't need it, but I like it. Listen, I'll make this again. It is really good. The oatmeal tastes just like the hot chocolate. I didn't know, even though it was very, very dark colored, I wasn't sure how the flavor would translate. But it does. It tastes just like the pack of hot chocolate mix. And then the toppings on it is really good. So there you have it. There is our s'mores oatmeal. 3 points on purple, 7 points on blue and green.